Hello guys, welcome back to Algots. We are back with another problem, and in this one we need to calculate the number of binary search trees that we can possibly construct from the numbers 1 to n. That is the first n natural numbers. So if the if the number we are given is 1, then obviously only one binary search tree is possible, that is 1 alone. And if we are given 2, then there are two possible binary search trees, and clearly the trees are 1 and 2 as its right child, and 2 with 1 as its left child. Now let us denote this by f of 2, and so f of 2 is equal to 2 and f of 1 is equal to 1 in this case. Now so we need to find f of n for the given n. Now this is what basically the question asks us to find. Now let us look at the situation when n is equal to 3. So now let us first consider the case when let us first count the number of trees when 1 is the root node. Now if 1 is the root node, now we know the property of binary search tree that every node to the left of 1 should be smaller than 1 and every node to the right of 1 should be greater than 1. Now because we are dealing with natural numbers, we don't have any number that is to the left of 1. So we need to accommodate all numbers, that is 2 in this case, two numbers 2 and 3 to the right of 1. And so we need to basically generate a subtree on the right side of 1 with two numbers. And we already saw that there are two ways to do so. So now let us look at the situation as well. Now the first binary search tree would be 1, 2 and then 3, and the second binary search tree would be 1, 3 and then 2. Now both of them are valid binary search trees, and it is clearly evident that these subtrees are structurally similar to these trees. Now this is because we are basically generating a tree of size 2, and that is exactly what we were doing here as well. So what this means is that to generate these to generate a subtree of two elements, we know that we can have f2 number of ways to do that, and we already calculated this value. So now the number of trees with 1 as its root node is nothing but f of 2, that is equal to 2. Now now we're not done yet. We need to find the number of trees that are rooted at 3 and 2 as well. Now there's only one tree possible with 2 as its root node, because only one element can be present at the left side of 2, that is 1, and one element can be present on the right side of 2, that is 3, because we need to satisfy the properties of a BST as well. So this is also evident. Now we can also do what we did in the previous case, that is there's only one element that we need to accommodate on the left side, so that can be done in f1 ways, and again this also can be done in f1 ways. So the total number of ways is f1 into f1, that is 1 into 1 is equal to 1. Now why we are calculating this product? Because if we have a root node and there are n ways to generate the left subtree and m ways to generate the right subtree, then the number of ways to generate the entire tree is nothing but n into m. So that is the reason behind calculating this product. Now let us look at the next case when we need to find the number of trees with 3 as its root node. Now no element can be present in the right side of 3, because we are dealing with elements 1, 2 and 3, and no element is greater than 3. So now we need to accommodate two elements to the left side of 3, that is 1 and 2, and we know that this can be done in f2 ways. So the number of trees with 3 as its root node is f2. So basically if we need to calculate f3, that is the total number of trees that are possible with 3 nodes 1, 2 and 3, is nothing but f of 2 plus f of 1 into f of 1 plus f of 2. Now this is with 1 assets root node, this is with 2 assets root node, and this is 3 assets root node. Now we can multiply this with f of 0 just for the sake of generality, and we can assign f0 a value of 1. That does not change our answer, and this gives us the number of trees with 3 elements. Now let us calculate f4. That would make things much clearer. We'll follow a similar approach. First of all, we'll calculate the number of trees with 1 assets root node. Now with 1 assets root node, there can be no elements on the left side of 1, because 1 is the smallest number, and all the other numbers, that is 2, 3 and 4, would lie on the right side of 1, and we know that this can be achieved in f3 ways. So this is nothing but f3 into f0. f0 is 1, as we already discussed. Now let us consider the root node to be 2. Now in this case, there only one element can be present on the left side of 2, that is 1, and two elements can be present on the right side, that is 3 and 4. So the left side can be constructed in f1 ways, and the right side can be constructed in f2 ways, because we need to accommodate two elements here. So the total number of ways is nothing but f1 into f2. Now if we consider the number of trees with 3 assets root node, now only one element can be present in the right side, that is 4, and two elements need to be accommodated on the left side, that is 1 and 2. So the left side can be constructed in f2 ways, and the right side can be constructed in f1 ways. So the total number of ways is nothing but f2 into f1. Now the only root node that is left is 4. Now if 4 is the root node, no element can be present on the right side of 4, because 4 is the largest element, and we need to accommodate 3 elements to the left, that is f3 number of ways. So now adding all these values, f of 4 is nothing but f3 into f0 plus f1 into f2 plus f2 into f1 plus f0 into f3. Now we can similarly calculate this value for any n, and let us quickly generalize this result. That is, if we have f of n, then f of n would be equal to the summation of, from I is equal to 1 to n, f of n minus I into f of I minus 1. Now this is a general formula that we have created, and now this is the recurrence relation, and we can easily develop a recursive solution for this, and it is also not difficult to observe that this contains several overlapping subproblems, and that would seriously affect the time complexity of our solution. So now we know what we do in such situations. We develop a dynamic programming solution. Now using this recurrence formula, it is quite easy to develop the dynamic programming solution, but the time complexity of this solution would be order of n square. So this complexity might work in several situations, but we can still optimize the solution. So let's try to do that. Now the recurrence relation we have just developed, interestingly, is the same as the recurrence relation for what is called a Catalan number. So the nth Catalan number is defined by the exact same recurrence relation, that is C of n minus I into C of I minus 1. Now we can use the properties of Catalan numbers to further optimize this solution. Now the 0th Catalan number is defined as 1, and so is f0 in our case, and an interesting property of the Catalan number is that we can arrive at the nth Catalan number from the previous Catalan number using a simple formula, that is 2 into 2n minus 1 divided by n plus 1 into the previous Catalan number. Now this is yet another recurrence relation, but using this recurrence relation we can develop a linear time complexity solution. Now again, this would be a dynamic programming solution. So now we might create and construct an array that stores the ith Catalan number, and then we can calculate the I plus 1th Catalan number. Then we can calculate the I plus 1th Catalan number using this formula. But do we really need to store these values in an array? The answer is obviously no. We can calculate them the same way we calculate Fibonacci numbers or the factorial. So we can simply keep track of the ith Catalan number in a variable, that is answer, and we can iterate from I is equal to 2 to I is equal to n, and all we need to do is update the answer. And what we mean by updating is nothing but multiplying answer by this value, and this value would be nothing but 2 into 2i minus 1 upon I plus 1, and whatever the value of the answer is after performing these operations, that would be f of n, and which is the number of binary search trees that we can possibly generate from the first n natural numbers. So the complexity of this solution would be order of n, and we do not use any extra space. So that was the solution to this problem. I hope you understood the solution and enjoyed this video, and if you liked it, do share it, do subscribe to our channel Algots, and thank you for watching this video.